Hey Scorpio, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. General readings, take what works, leave what doesn't. Check your other major placements if I don't catch your wavelength from this one. And let's see, we're starting off with the Oracle deck for an intuitive vibe of where we might be going, and then we'll move on to more traditional tarot spread. Alrighty, you too have gotten a little booklet. Ooh, I like this. What? This, I'm jealous. This is going to be fun. Okay. Protection, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. So, putting up some boundaries, protecting yourself. I think you are protected, but also protecting yourself. There's something that's not clear here. There's something that's not obvious here. There's something that you're not seeing. So so there is some sort of there's something that you don't see here. There's a little bit of darkness here, and so being a little bit more protective of your energy until you do know more, until you know what that's about, pulling that back, pulling that in, and whatever is draining you, whatever you can see that's draining you, letting go of that. Or I think there's a lot with setting boundaries, calling back your power, cutting the cords, and coming back into yourself here. I think there's some vulnerability that can happen there with cutting cords, with setting boundaries, with releasing maybe crutches that have that you found support with but you no longer need, right? I see this more as like throwing the crutch away. You don't need it anymore, but also protecting yourself because there might be something in the core of something that isn't for you, and so so dropping something, you know. I recently had an experience where I had dropped something a while ago. It just didn't seem right to me, or not right. There was nothing wrong. It was just like, this is draining for me now. This used to be a source of power and comfort for me, and now it just feels draining. So I stopped. And then I found out that just a few weeks after that, there was like quite an explosive situation that I was able to take myself out of, simply, and not have any idea had ever even happened, simply because there was a sense of like, this is now draining for me, and I'm going to stop doing this. So I'm going to not continue on here with this situation. And then it turned out I had saved myself quite a bit of trouble and quite a bit of trauma. So I use that as an example of what I'm seeing with this protection of, there's something that you're not seeing and you don't know about, but if something is draining for you, just go take that as your sign to leave. It doesn't have to be explosive. It doesn't have to be in your face. It can just be, this isn't for me anymore. And who really knows where that intuition comes from or what, but this would be trusting something, and this situation isn't what it seems. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. I don't necessarily think that in this situation we're talking about showing the world the real you, right? It's an air sign, it's communication, it's the water bringer, it's communication about emotions. But I think this is about being authentic. If something is draining for you, being authentic about that and being real about that. So that's all I'm seeing here. Not necessarily, it could be a big display. It could be sharing, why you're not going to doing that anymore, or you don't want to do that anymore. It could be that. That's possible. But with this other part, I just feel like it's more about, I feel like this is more internal. I know it's show the world the real you, but I think that just what I'm getting from here is that it's you don't have to show them your thought process. You don't have to show them everything that went into you doing some sort of soul retrieval work or quitting something that's not feeding you anything in you anymore. You don't need to display that part, but you do need to sort of act on your feelings, your authentic feelings about something, and bring those authentic feelings, maybe not necessarily clearly communicated, because with this protection card, I'm just not sure that's the best idea in whatever situation we're talking about. But clearly communicating sort of the outcome of your internal process, or the real acting is more like acting on the real, showing, not telling. That's what I'm seeing here. Showing the world the real you, not telling the world the real you, or explaining the world what your thought process was, but just bringing some sort of authentic self into the real world. So, and it has to do with protection and protecting yourself and protecting your energy, because there might be parts of this that you don't even know about. So, and you may not want to know about them. You don't necessarily need to know about them in order to act authentically on what you're feeling. And then we have these cards, which I found very exciting. That the 3 most exciting cards in the deck all came out at once for you. I've never seen these 3 together. I wish Libra had gotten these 3 together. This looks very exciting. We have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse, which is interesting because we have a new moon eclipse in here too. And this was, in this one, I was seeing like there's something you can't even see. It's just blocked from your vision. You can't even see it, but you do need to listen to your intuition and act on it. And it has to do with protecting yourself and your own energy. But we have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse, the beginning of the beginning of the beginning. And not just the beginning, but it's going to be a big change. So maybe as you're protecting yourself and you're protecting your energy and you're making choices and decisions that are authentic to where your energy wants to go and be, it could be that is going to create some huge changes for you. Believe in the impossible blue moon. So even if you don't think that it's likely, act as if, believe in this impossible thing. It will change the way the moves you make. It will change the way you interact with the situation. Even if that doesn't come to fruition tomorrow, the fact that you believe in the impossible, you believe that miracles can happen, will change the way you move. And then we have full moon in Aries, a fiery climax approaches. Could anything be more exciting than blue moon, a fiery, believe in the impossible, fiery climax approaches, and expect powerful change? My experiences with this card are mostly that it's about something very exciting happening and unusual. Excitement is in the air here. It's gonna bust through. It's not like this is some wilting flower that's like, well, that's exciting if I really look at it, right? It's in your face exciting. And it could either be wonderful or it could just be kind of exciting, kind of interesting. Believe in the impossible, expect powerful change, and a fiery climax approaches. And the fiery climax doesn't have to be like great. It can be an explosive situation. It can be great, but it can also be, none of these are, believe in the impossible. The blue moon, I feel like, has a lot of positivity to it, but powerful change can be any kind of change. Fiery climax can be any kind of excitement. I always want to read them as good, so we will, but it's possible. We could be talking about something else. Okay, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Well, I don't see a lot of fiery climaxes here. I do, actually. I see a little bit of a fiery climax there. Okay, well, for a more traditional tarot reading, we have the Lovers. Decisions were made in the past. This is something that you connected with, and it creates a fork in the road. This is something that is a standard issue with life. There will be a few of these where you deeply connect with something. You very much want something. It can be a person, it can be a job, it can be a direction, it can be Many different things. And it presents us with a fork in the road, choices that need to be made. How are we going to live our lives? Are we going to live in fear? Are we going to live in love? That's why it's called the lovers. Are we going to go towards what we love, what brings us alive, what makes us feel wonderful? But that always seems to create a fork in the road as far as like, well, if you go this way, then you can't go that way. If you go that way, you cannot go this way. One way is conventional wisdom, conventional. It's what we were taught to prioritize. It makes sense. You'll be able to, when someone's asking you what you do at a party, you'll be able to give them an answer that is impressive, and if not impressive, at least logical and understandable and makes you sound smart. The other option is more like the only explanation is I followed my heart. So in the past, so we're dealing with this situation, or we're dealing with something where in the past you did come to a fork in the road and you did make a decision. I mean, we all have, but the situation specifically we're talking about did raise some questions and some ultimatums from life itself, not from other people, but from life itself. About some questions and issues about how are you going to connect with something. You found something very kindred. You found something that matches you. You found something that makes you flutter and happy. And there were some dreams that were sparked here. There was some enjoyment, some excitement, possibly some butterflies, a lot of love. Was it the most logical decision anybody could make? Nope. And some of you will have been able to find the inner strength and wherewithal to have gone towards something exciting that you loved. And some of you will have not seen it as a possibility, as an opportunity, and not been able to be in that headspace and understand that this was the crossroads of how you were going to live a chunk of your life. Of course, we can always go back. Maybe not to the exact same situation, but we can always choose to live differently going forward. Your current situation, Ace of Cups. There's a new opportunity here. Maybe if you declined the other one, you may be wanting to experiment with maybe going towards something you love. So because that's what this Ace of Cups is. It's a new beginning in something that you love. It's a fresh start. It's these excited butterflies coming from the heart, being poured. Like right here we have the same little butterflies, and we're starting to imagine them, starting to think about what our life might have been like, or what our life could be like if we allowed these butterflies to guide us, these transformative, imaginative beings guide us. And then here in your current situation, you have a new beginning. You have a cup full of these transformative, exciting beings, and it's just pouring forth. So there's a new beginning here. There's a new there's a new connection, a new love. This is something that you love, and it's just beginning. It's at the start here. A new journey. Something here, and I love this because the cup is full of happiness. So we're pouring from a full cup. We're beginning this thing with a lot of joy and happiness. So in your hopes, your fears, your inner landscape, we have 9 of Pentacles. You're hoping for success. If this is our career lady. This is I like to refer to her as our widow Clicquot, who is, her biography is just absolutely incredible. Her entrepreneurship, and we would not be drinking champagne at all if it were not for her. So 9 of Pentacles, this is, hey, most of this is done. We've accomplished something. And that's what you want. That's what you're hoping for, is to be successful. Right, you're starting something new and you'd really like it to work out. You'd really like to be successful. You'd really like to look back on this decision or on this moment with pride that you went with your gut, you went with your hopes, you went with your loves. and it was extremely successful. So you're looking for success. You're looking for something to come to fruition. You'd like to you'd like something. It's like there's a sense of ownership here. You'd like success that you own, that you earned, that you worked for. You want that. I mean, it's a pretty common want, right? It's not unusual. We all want that, I think. So, but for some reason in this storyline that's being highlighted is that you would really like to be successful in a very tangible, real way. And then there's so many entrepreneurial vibes here. It's pretty cool. We have Queen of Pentacles as the situation in reverse. Okay, so we have this excited new beginning, except there's no plan. There's not a plan for personal prosperity. Our Pentacles are going to be planning, working hard. Maybe there's a lot of excitement, but no hard work has been put in yet. No planning, and not for the personal. Yeah, maybe you have a day job and you're really excited about a new idea, but you're not putting work into your new idea. You're not actually working towards it. Right? You want to be the successful entrepreneur, and yet the situation is that you're not working for yourself. You're not, I guess I'm getting really strong, like, this could be relationship. Oh, that's why you're calling back your power, is because you're like giving it all to like your boss or your work, and you're excited about a new project. This Ace of Cups is a new idea, very excited. It calls to you. You want to do it. You've made decisions to do it. You want to be successful in this field as an entrepreneur, but you're not looking out for yourself. You're not looking out for your own career. The Queen of Pentacles should be looking at her next, in the upright, would be looking at her next step, would be looking at what she wants to do to be successful, would be looking at her path to abundance, to success, to productivity. But we have it in the reverse. So we could be giving away too much to somebody else and not reserving any of that entrepreneurial spirit for our own projects. So we could be working really hard for someone else and forgetting and neglecting the part where we have to put that work into ourselves and into our own place. Or there could just be not seeing the next step, being very excited about a new project, but not being able to see, and being excited about something, wanting to be successful at it, but not being able to see that path. Not understanding what the steps are to that, not seeing how you're going to practically get there. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of joy, a lot of love for something, but there's a desire to be successful, but not a roadmap to that success, not a way to see your way there. In your environment, you have the sun. So there's something very happy and very clear in your environment right now. Around you, there's something, I see like this one almost might be the fiery climax approaches, right? This is the sun. We can't get a bigger fiery climax here. So something exciting going on in your environment. Maybe this business somebody else's business that you've been pouring yourself into is having rocketing success. And maybe this is having you think, wait a minute, what if I put all of my energy that has made this business successful, what if I put that all into my own self, into my own business? Right? This really comes into calling back your power too. So someone around you has a lot of clarity. Someone around you is having some exciting successes and fiery climaxes and exciting successes here. Your to-do list is to have the strength, maybe to have the strength to come home from your day job to work on your hobbies or work on what you love. Maybe this is like, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give in. Don't lay down and just let this situation, let the more practical, mundane parts of life steamroll your dream, your vision, this thing that calls to you. Don't let the more practical things steamroll. Like, keep some power for yourselves. Keep some keep some strength for yourself at the end of the day, so that you have something to give to yourself, so that you have something to give to your path and your success and your vision, and something that's passionate, that you're passionate about, that you love, that really calls to you, and that you're excited about. So you have a lot of excitement. Make sure you're maintaining your strength to devote to that project or that thing that actually does call to you, right? I see soul retrieval, calling back your power, your strength. So using it for yourself, for your own, I mean, it's because of the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles that I'm seeing this as like your personal project. It needs your energy, needs your strength, and you're pouring it into somebody else's stuff, and that's, you've made them very successful, but it's now time for you to pour that into yourself and to make sure that you're having the reserves to do with what you want to do, and that's strength. So you may need to find the energy and the strength to work on your next steps, to develop the plan for the next steps if you need a plan, or at least devote the time and energy to your own project. So having the strength to stay with this exciting Ace of Cups, having the strength to stay with something, and making sure you're reserving energy for yourself and for your dreams and for what you want, right? Your little vision here, didn't mean to be diminutive here, but your vision here, believe in the impossible. Believe that you can become this very successful entrepreneur, and then have that belief and that faith give you the strength and to keep moving in that direction. Possible outcome here, Eight of Cups. Right, well, this could have been the first one too. You're not satisfied with where you are. Something else is calling you forward. It maybe even doesn't make sense to you. Everybody else seems very satisfied at this job, seems very happy with it, but there is something calling you forward, and it's going to continue calling you forward, and you're going to need to continue moving towards it, even though it's not well illuminated, even though, I mean, it never is in the Eight of Cups. It's never the clearest path forward. It's just, this isn't working. I know something else is better. So keep moving towards that which you know is a better match for you. That which you know is even, you're not satisfied here, and you're going to continue to not be satisfied here. But you are also going to need to continue. And because you're not satisfied here, even though you're sick of it, even though you're tired of it, you have to find the strength to keep moving towards something that is more satisfying for you, and that is going to bring you more contentment, and more fulfillment. So keep moving towards the more fulfilling thing. It is going to take a lot more strength than maybe you thought, but don't give up on this. Believe in the impossible. Authentically following your own path. Make sure you're not donating all of your energy to somebody else's projects. Okay, I hope that was helpful for you, Scorpio. Thank you for your likes, subscribes, and comments, and I'll see you guys in a fortnight.